Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us yet again for your Mortgage Minute with Kayla Frerot, Home Financing Advisor with ScotiaBank, and myself, Alex Ward, broker owner of Maxville Devonshire Realty, and the 2022 Broker Manager of the Year for the Realtors Association of Edmonton. Kayla is here today to talk to us about Dower and Dower consent and how it can affect your buying and selling decision. Kayla, I'm excited to hear about this one because it's a little known thing, but Dower has huge implications. So the floor is yours.
Thank you. Good afternoon, not good morning today. Today we're talking about Dower rights or the Dower Act. So in Alberta, specifically, what we have is the Dower Rights Act. So if you are legally married and you're in a home, then it protects the rights of the protects the spouse of a registered owner of real estate. So let's say you moved into your partner's home, you guys started dating, moved into your partner's home, and then you guys got married and you just never went on title or never went on the mortgage. There could be many reasons for that. It could be you're less than 2 years business for yourself, so you can't get qualified. There's maybe some credit issues, or it was just convenient not to redo the mortgage. So what happens is you are protected when you are married in that right to that home and the equity of that home. So if you guys separate or divorce, what happens is the spouse that is on title cannot sell that home or remortgage without your consent. So what that means when let's say you actually separate or you go into a divorce and you guys are separated, you get divorced, what that means for you if you're trying to get a new home or if you're trying to buy your spouse out. We need, as far as documents go, we need that separation agreement or the divorce agreement. And what that tells us is how is that equity going to be split? There's many different things that go into it. It could be what each person put in at the very beginning as far as down payment goes. That obviously is something that your lawyer is going to deal with. But we do need that agreement to show is there a 50-50 split in that equity when you sell it? How does that look for us? So we always have to do that. And that protects the bank and it protects you as well. Because if you are, let's say, selling your home and the spouse that you had was not on title, do they have 50% availability to take that equity in the home? So Dower rights is a very big thing. And when you get into the common law side of things, it's a little bit different. It actually doesn't protect you on the common law side. But if you have a cohabitation agreement or a domestic partnership agreement is what it's called, then it does protect you as well as far as the common law rights go. So you just have to make sure that you know when you are selling the house, if there is a breakdown in the relationship and you guys are deciding to separate or divorce, what does that mean for you? What kind of documentation do you have to have up front? Especially if there is one spouse that is buying the other spouse out, then we would have to have that in place as well, because we have to see if there is, again, that split in the equity, if there's child support, if there's spousal support, all those things go into your qualification when you're buying a new home. So that's kind of a quick rundown of the Dower rights. And the Dower Act actually supersedes a will as well. So say there was a will and it was given to a brother-in-law and there was a spouse in there that was not on title, it supersedes the will. So your rights as that partner in a married relationship would supersede that. Again, you have to get legal advice. Yes. Contact your lawyer and talk about all those fun things. And I can't talk about that, but I can talk about what we require at the bank, which is that separation or divorce agreement.
And Kayla, if someone was to unfortunately have a relationship breakdown and they were looking at buying out their spouse, what's the maximum loan to value they're able to go to?
You can go up to 95%. So you can actually go up to 95% when you are buying a spouse out. So back to that, Mark, so you guys can work that out in your agreement and one spouse can buy the other one out.
Nice. So, yeah, good to know. Dower in Alberta definitely applies and is very little understood, but again, has huge implications when you're doing a buy or a sell. So make sure that you're speaking to your legal team about how it can affect you today and down the road, because there might be some reasons why you want to do it or you might not want to do it. And as well, there is a way to have Dower rights removed from title, but again, speak to your legal representation to figure out if that's the right situation for you.
And also a little known fact, for if you are getting separated or divorced, you are considered a first-time home buyer with your RSPs. So you can withdraw from your RSPs again as a first-time home buyer with no tax implications, as long as your account balance was at zero, so to speak, as when you get separated or divorced.
How about with the newly created first-time home buyers account?
You are not considered a first-time home buyer with that account.
Even though you didn't actually own a home.
Well,
You're a non-titled spouse. Okay.
Yeah. Well, technically, if you were married, then you're married with a CRA, and that's who kind of governs those rules. So
yeah, funny.
Yeah.
You're not considered a first-time home buyer, even though you never bought a house, but you can on the other government program that helps you buy a house for the first time. Okay.
Yep.
Excellent. That is your federal government creating confusion for no apparent reason. But that is a different topic for a different podcast and a different YouTube channel. So we'll let that one go. But if there's comments below about this, I will respond. And I'm Alex Ward, broker owner of Maxwell Devonshire Realty. We have been joined today by Kayla Frerot, home financing advisor with ScotiaBank and your trusted advisor. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you can get all of our wonderful content as we are providing it to you on a weekly basis. Kayla, thanks so much for joining us, and see you next week. Bye.